Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting podcast. Sean Higgs coming at you here. It is Tuesday, February the 4th. Man, we're like a month away from Selection Sunday. Matt Fargo, Brian Bitler, College Hoops as always on a Tuesday. And listen, we're 15 and 14 with the free picks. That's not great, but we will improve. That's what we do. We got time to improve, and like, subscribe, notification bells on. Right? We want you to do that first here. Free picks are great. We want you to get down, watch a show, comment, let us know what you think about the game we're talking about. You like something else, but put whoever you like in. Please do it before the game ends. All right, before the game starts, I should say. Don't come in like I told you so, and there's 3 minutes left, and then I come in. There's a comment from an hour ago. I'm like, wow, the game was still being played, and they're down 40. Good call. You can't do that. Frowned upon. No. Ahead of time or after the game, be like, hey, I told you. No, you didn't. You didn't tell us anything. We got a comment section. Leave the comments. YouTube. Notification bells. Let's go. Now, Winner Circle YouTube's great. Free pick videos, 7 days a week. Me and these two gentlemen, Doug, I get Chip. Chip has Feist and Scott and Bovey. They used to do some NFL football. That's all but wrapped up. But there will be videos on the weekend with college basketball from our guy Chip Churnis and guests. We're wrapping up Football Friday lives. Only one left, obviously, but we will continue. It'll be just a potpourri on a Friday. College basketball for the weekend. You want to talk about big matchups? That night's limited schedule, perfect. Any NBA, whatever. It'll be a plethora of stuff because we're going to have conference tournaments in 3 weeks coming up. So Friday live will be here. All right. So again, like, subscribe, notification bells on here. Let's keep growing the channel here. We appreciate each and every one of you. Again, these are the free picks. Head on over to gamblersworld.net for our premium content action. Those are our best plays. Like I say, you're not driving down the road and be like, oh, look, there's a CVS park lot. I'm going to park here in the far spot next to the road. I'm going to walk across the street to the underpass and go to the local dentist. You don't go to the dentist under the overpass, just like you don't pick your lettuce off the side of the road like you're foraging through a forest. No, you go to the store and you pay. That's what we do here. Free picks are great. Premium stuff, our best plays, the things we're actually putting our money on. Head to gamblersworld.net. We have a leaderboard. You see how we're all doing. There you go. Each sport, we got you covered. For last 7 days, yesterday, the year, it's all right there. We win, we lose. You see who's doing well, who's not doing well. We come on, we tell you we're not doing well. What more do you want? Transparency's there. Winners are there. We got you covered. Guaranteed 3, 7, 38 packages. So we don't show you profit all the time. We credit you back. That's what we do. But we're confident that we're going to win over the long term. Because us three guys here, we probably got 20, 40. We got 60-something years between us here. Probably more. Just doing it ourselves. And we're the young guys. We're the young crew. We're like the children of the channel here, and we got.
Yeah, if we added Chip to the mix, we'd add another 50 years.
Yes, we had a whole other century to the mix here, basically with the chipper. But again, 3, 7, 30 packages, they're guaranteed. We got the day passes, which are great for today. I have some NBA up. I got hockey, although I didn't make a package for hockey. There are hockey picks. There's college basketball picks. I'm sure gentlemen here with me, they do NBA and college hoops. Maybe they dabble on the ice. A day pass is great for $69.99. Saves you money, makes you money, makes us a little money. Everybody's happy. That's what we want. Happiness makes the world go round, right? Life's the garden. Dig it. We're like Joe Dirt. Anybody see Joe Dirt? I refuse to watch Joe Dirt, but David Spade, he's kind of funny. Anyway, Brian, how are you? How are things? How's the weekend? What you got going on? Headed forward? Whatever you want to talk about. I did have a long rant yesterday. Basically, the entire show was the Luka Anthony Davis kind of trade for me. So we'll try not to go off on any tangents today, but maybe you want a tangent on something. Let's go. I'm well good for tangents.
Well, I came in today kind of in a bad mood because I was 1-4 yesterday, but still steady as she goes. 177, 124, 59% last 301 premium picks. So I just need to bounce back today with a nice solid winner. We got a great card: college basketball, NBA, and NHL action.
Listen, we're gonna have losing days. It's tough winning everyone, but we bounce back. That's why you're still on the leaderboard here for your sports. what are you, two and number 2 NBA, college hoops? You're all over the place. Still a good run. One day does not make us. Matt Fargo, let them know, right? One day. What's one day? I mean, I've seen dogs push down ping pong balls off a stair and land in a cup, and people bet on that game. It wins. Come on, that's one day. We don't worry about one day here.
I've seen that dog many times. It's pretty good. Actually, he's actually really good. Back to your original point. If you're going to call me a moron, call me a moron beforehand. Don't do it after. Don't hit me while I'm down. I don't need to be double punched. Just do it early and get it out of the way. Back to basics. Having a good run here. 74, 55, and 4 over the last 17 days. 14 of those are profitable days. So go get that one-day pass, as Sean mentioned. It's been great. Today I have our 6 college hoops games, 2 NBA games going. So looking for another winning day, and we're gonna keep this run going this week, heading into the Super Bowl. And yes, can we not talk about Luka and Anthony Davis? Is that possible? I'm sick of it.
I just want to see LeBron get traded, because I think the Lakers, with these 2 guys, they're not going anywhere. I say trade LeBron and try to get some picks and start building on Luka. These 2 guys cannot play together. That's all. That's my point. And I don't even watch NBA. It's not like I'm some diehard guy watching it. No, that's a failure. It's a failure to be made. But the Lakers are set for the next 15 years, because he's 25, and as long as he lays off the food a little bit, he'll be fine out there. He'll be fine. So, all right, we're going to talk some college hoops today. And as I mentioned, we are 15-14 in college basketball so far this season here. We'll turn it around, because we will. That's what we do. All right, so no panic in our voices. We'll be fine. We're going to start out here, early game, 6:30 tip-off. A good one in the Big East. Big game for St. John's. They're they're ranked. We got the ranked teams here. I think they're both in the top 15 or top 20. KenPom rankings out well, which to me is a little more important than the regular rankings that these news people make. But St. John's 2.5. This was 3.5. It's come down. I like Shaka as a little bit as a dog, but honestly, last time he's been a dog a couple times, he's got 2 outright losses. He hasn't covered. He's got to win there. Johnny's red hot. What are they? 14-1, 8 in a row. Patino's got him humming right now. But in this spot, Brian, what do you think here? St. John's Marquette. It's a goodie.
Yeah, I think this is a situation where you want Marquette playing them as a dog. They're coming off that embarrassing game against UConn at home. St. John's coming off a game where they barely could beat Providence, and they've won, though, 8 straight games as St. John's, and they can't look much better than they've looked. Yeah. So I think a little bit of attention away from Marquette in this one. You see St. John's 14-0 straight up at home, which is a tough mark, but I just think it sets up nice for Marquette. I'm going to take the 2.5 here. I think it'll come down to who holds the ball last. And if I can get points in my pocket, I'm going to take the Golden Eagles.
Plus 2.5 Marquette Golden Eagles, Brian Bitler. I kind of like the over this one. You know, you mentioned the bad game versus UConn. St. John's, maybe it was a look-ahead spot, or they kind of played on the team, but they've been scoring. I'd kind of like lean a little over here. Tiebreaker time here. Matt Fargo, Johnny's Marquette, Bitler with the official show pick on the Golden Eagles as a small dog here. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with Brian here. I like Marquette coming off that loss to UConn. You know, they're still number 1 in the conference in net ranking, number 18. You know, St. John's comes in number 2, number 24. So it's pretty even. So St. John's will get the nod here, having the home court. But one thing I look at, you know, you mentioned the rankings. You know, say you look at the AP poll. I don't really care anything about that. It's just a bunch of, you know, people who don't even know what's going on. You know, I look at the net rankings. I look at KenPom, you know, the people that actually know what they're talking about. They look at the metric standpoint of everything. And, you know, St. John's has 1 quad 1 win this year. They're 1-3. And that was against Xavier, who's number 52 in the net ranking. So that's their best win of the year. They've beaten Xavier twice, ranked number 52. Other than that, they played a pretty a schedule that's been pretty equally disparity around as far as strength goes. They played no one higher than number 26, and really in their quad 1 and quad 2 games, nobody lower than 84. So it's been pretty equal. And they've, like I said, they just had that one big win over Xavier twice, but that's it. They lost to Creighton, Georgia, and Baylor. The three teams that are ranked higher than Xavier, and obviously Marquette comes in number 18. So this will be their toughest opponent they've seen this year, and I do like Marquette to bounce back.
They're, in their defense, they're 3 losses, 5 total points for St. John's.
Yeah, no, that is true. That is true. Yep.
It's not like they're getting blown out by the better net teams, stuff like that, the ranked teams there.
Right.
But yeah, you're getting a couple points in a game that is probably a basket. And how many games have we seen decided by 1 point lately? So take any points you can, and probably what's going to be a close game. St. John's got 2 1-point losses. They lost to Georgia by 3 neutral. The other games are 1-point losses. So
right, and also if you look at the quad 2 games, they're 5-0. 3 of the wins by 2 points, and another one in overtime against, as I mentioned, Xavier. So it kind of goes both ways. The games at MSG, which they're typically not. I don't think they've been as good as their campus court. I can't verify that for certain right now, but
same.
yeah,
little place.
Yeah,
a lot of teams that play at MSG. It's like a home court where Connecticut comes to town. That's not an advantage,
right?
But official show pick here: Marquette Golden Eagles plus 2.5 for our guy Brian Bitler. For sure, head over to Gamblers World Line for Brian's premium plays tonight. All right, go get them. Daily pass, perhaps. I'm just throwing it out there. Take Marquette plus 2.5. Next game up, another doozy here. And we got all the conferences covered here. We got Big East basketball. Here comes some SEC at 7:30 or 7 o'clock, I should say. Kentucky, now a 4.5-point dog to Ole Miss, total 157. Again, we've talked about Michigan, their coaching change. Kentucky made a coaching change. Look good. We knew there'd be little hiccups on the team. And you can't really make fun of the Kentucky team. They are still a good program. 3.5 to 4.5. I'm inclined to see that kind of move. It's Ole Miss time for me. That's where I'd be looking on this one here. But it is your pick, Matt Fargo, official play here. Wildcats, they're on the Rebels in the SEC. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm with you. What you just said about the line move. Right now, we have 56% of the money on Kentucky, and we've seen the line go from 3 all the way up to 4.5 right now. So it's a line that they're begging Kentucky money right here. But I like the spot for Mississippi, which they lost 4 or 5. This is a huge game for them. They've dropped down to number 23 in the net right now, I believe it is. They failed to cover the last 4. They've lost 2 of the last 3 at home. One of those was a 1-point loss to A&M, which obviously could have gone either way. And then they lost to Auburn in their last home game, which Auburn right now looks obviously to be the best team in the country. So no harm, no foul there. So I like the fact that Kentucky was kind of exposed against Arkansas. With Butler out once again, it definitely hurts the backcourt. The perimeter defense hasn't been as good. They only they're not getting the turnovers through the backcourt like Mississippi is. They're number 360 in turnover rate on defense. So that's going to be a problem against Mississippi because they shoot the ball very well from the perimeter, and I think Mississippi can exploit that here and get it done at home, which is a huge game for them. They need this with 2 road games on deck, 2 winnable games on deck on the road. So getting a win here and then going on the road to get a couple more would be a huge boost heading back home against rival Mississippi State in a couple weeks. So take the Rebels minus the points.
Ole Miss Rebels minus 4.5. Again, lost 4 or 5. Kentucky's just owned the series as well too. Totally destroyed them. But they've dropped 3 or 4 themselves. Still a nice season for Pope there, but we're laying a 4.5 here with Matt Fargo and Ole Miss. Brian Bitler, what are your thoughts on this one? You make it a 3-pack here? Everybody on board?
Yeah, I got to say I 100% agree with you guys here. I think Ole Miss might be the best play as far as the ones we're going to discuss today. Both these teams really, this is a must-have game for them, but Kentucky, usually one of the more heavily bet teams along with Duke. People love to bet the Kentucky Wildcats. Ole Miss here has been owned by Kentucky. 9-1 straight up are the Wildcats. So I think this is a really important game here for Ole Miss, and there's a reason this line's up to 4.5. It might go to 5, 5.5 by tip. I'm going to take Ole Miss here. I think they get it done.
It is a trifecta for you to move on here. Ole Miss run the Rebels minus the 4.5. Getting it done versus Kentucky. There you go. Again, these are the free picks for you. You want Matt Fargo's best play? You head on over to gamblersworld.net, and I'm going to see what he's got on tap for today. He's usually got a few, and there we go. 1, 2. Look at this. Big 12 game in a month. We got late night bailouts going on. A whole lot. No better time for a day pass than with Matt Fargo Day, because I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 NBA, college hoops. Go get a day pass from Matt Fargo. Make the smart money move, folks. Get on board today. $69.99 for Matt's best plays. Again, Ole Miss here for him, minus the 4.5. Brian Bitler, free pick play. Marquette plus 2.5. You want Brian's plays? Not too shabby. We got NHL up, college hoops, and NBA. Multiple games, multiple packages. Get a day pass. Support Brian, the channel, the show. The guy's number 2 in college. I finally caught you, Brian. I didn't want to.
You got me.
A little bit. I finally grabbed the number 1 spot. Finally, I overtook him there after a 2-1 day in college basketball. But overall, you see the money there for hockey, college hoops there for Brian. Great season. Day passes. All 3 of us, when we have multiple packages up, like we all do today, $69.99. Go get them. Final game, almost the last game on the board. It's a 10 o'clocker. We head to the Big Ten. Michigan State, USC, 3.5-point favorites for the Bruins. Total 138.5. This line has moved from last night. I'm gonna say it's come down because it was 140.5, but the totals moved or the sides moved the whole point, much like the Ole Miss game here. Michigan State, I thought time has passed by Izzo. I'm like, you know what? There's something about him. I'm not, I think he's past due. Games change, blah, blah. Yeah, well, they're 18-3 straight up, 13 ATS. You lost on a neutral to Memphis. No shame in that. Lost to Kansas on neutral. I'm not going to get upset losing those 2 teams. Pretty decent teams. They're not total outliers like, the total clunker. No, they're, you got to lose to a blue blood and a Memphis team who's been pretty good for the last 20 years. Solid program. Off the loss to USC here on the West Coast here. So they've been in Cali the last couple of days here. They're off a 6-point loss. UCLA comes in pretty good. Since Cronin, I'm a Cronin guy. I like UCLA. Since he was whining about their Big Ten travels, and, you could thank your football team for this, right? This is what your football team wanted. You're in there whining, we're here for a day. We're there for a day. We're home. We're back here. The other teams are more rested from Maryland and in California than we are. Since you're in, you've won 5 in a row. You've kind of turned things around. Your team's responded. It took a bit. All that. It's tough to not take Izzo as a dog. But I'm going to look at the total here. I'm going to go under to 138.5. I would have liked a better point. It was more last night than it is now. But Michigan State's still a kind of defensive kind of team here. UCLA, we've seen them struggle offensively. We know they're going to come in and D it up here. I'm going to go under to 138.5. Brian Bitler, are you with me on the under 138.5?
I'm a more side kind of a guy here. I'm going to take Michigan State plus the points. I was thinking last night I wanted to be on UCLA just because it's set up nice for them, but I think Michigan State off that loss to USC here, getting points. I know UCLA really a must-win game here for them at home, but I think Michigan State might be a Final Four team, and I think this is a must-win resume spot for them. So I'm going to lean towards Michigan State plus the points.
Michigan. I'm not going to talk at Michigan State. I like them myself, and I said this is a team I thought was going to be we'll see what happens. They haven't been all that great the last couple of years. They are playing excellent basketball right now. Matt Fargo, you're going to be a tiebreaker here. What are you going to do? You're going to be on any of this, or are you going to go out on the limb and say UCLA in the over on this?
No, neither of those. I'm 100% with Brian on this one. I'm actually not a totals guy that much either. I do like Michigan State in the spot, and one of the reasons is coming off that loss. If they had, won that first game, things would be different. But I think it's a desperate time right now, and they've had an extra day off, so they've got 2 days off for this game, and they've been in the area. So, no travel disadvantage in this one for the Spartans. And one thing which actually will correlate to a low-scoring game, Higgsy, is They're number 20 in effective field goal percentage in the country. So they play great defense, and they keep this a lower scoring game, which is good towards the under, which both teams have been so far this season. And another advantage for the Spartans is they're a great free throw shooting team, which they typically are year in and year out, shooting 81%. And they're a better rebounding team. They're number 5 in rebound rate. So I think Michigan State has the advantage all around. I think they can, keep the tempo on their side, which in this case, I think they would want to keep it lower scoring. So I like Michigan State. I think it also does, like I said before, correlate to a low scoring game and favor your under play in this game.
There you have it. 2 Michigan States, which we're going to say we're going to get a really good team, a really good coach, and one off a loss where you don't want to lose 2 in a row. You don't want to lose 2 in a row. They're looking at seeding time. It's that kind of time of year. But official pick here, I'm going to go under 138 and a half. 130 and a half. Got to write them down. I keep my little book. I keep a tally, folks. Right? I come in here, tell you how the picks do. 2-1 last night in the NBA. But again, college basketball free picks today. Marquette at 6:30 p.m. Early tip there. 6:30 p.m. at MSG plus 2.5. We're going Ole Miss minus 3.5 at 7 o'clock versus Kentucky. Under Michigan State, UCLA 130.5 at your 10 p.m. tip out west in the Big Ten. Again, these are the free picks. You want our best bets, our premium plays, gamblersworld.net. I mentioned Brian. I'm at both with multiple packages up for today in multiple sports. Go get a day pass for $69.99. You can't beat that. You're going to get all the entire day, all the plays, one low price. All right, staying with me. I got a 3-pack up of college hoops. I got an NBA play, and there's a couple of hockey up there that I didn't put a package up for because I don't know what kind of degenerate bets on hockey. So I didn't want to, but you're out there. Buy a day pass. That's all I got to say. Back tomorrow, college hoops again. Who do we have? We have Missouri, Tennessee, Illinois, Rutgers, Oregon, and Michigan. There you go. A little preview of tomorrow's free pick show. Brian, Matt, for me, Winner Circle, Gamblers World. Have a good Tuesday. Good luck, everybody. Gentlemen, I will see you again. Thanks for popping in with me today.
Good luck, everyone.